Hey everyone, today on People Now, James Van Der Beek reveals how Dancing with the Stars helped him cope with his wife's miscarriage.
John legend Kelly Clarkson and Sharon Osbourne embroiled in controversy over the holiday classic Baby It's Cold Outside. We'll tell you what's going on.
I mean, I was
Have you seen it? Have you held it yet?
I haven't held it, but it's so much more powerful when you have it in your hand.
Wilmer Valderrama has us cracking up when he reacts to being in this year's Sexiest Man Alive issue.
All I know is I want to throw the best holiday party this inn has ever seen.
Ashley Williams is helping us get in the holiday spirit with her new Hallmark movie, Holiday Heart.
And Jeremy Sisto tells us about his kids' reaction to his role in Frozen 2 and his hit series FBI.
It's all today on People Now.
Hey everyone, welcome to People Now. Happy Tuesday, great to see you. How are you feeling?
Good. Feels like a Tuesday.
Feels like a Tuesday, but as we were saying before, it's only Tuesday.
It's only Tuesday.
In some ways, it's like it's been a long
It'll
week.
go quick.
It's going to after we get over the hump.
Yes.
All right, we're going to start off today with a really emotional moment. Watch this.
James and Emma.
An emotional moment, a heartbreaking moment there when James Van Der Beek broke down on Dancing with the Stars Monday night after his wife Kimberly's recent miscarriage. His dance partner Emma Slater has revealed that Van Der Beek needed the competition to cope with that tragic news. Slater recalls to People that he told her he needed to feel normal and, quote, not fall into the pit. Van Der Beek and Slater were eliminated during Monday night's semifinals shortly after he announced on air that Kimberly had lost the baby over the weekend. The father of 5 described the miscarriage as every expecting parent's worst nightmare, adding that he's been telling his children that you never know why these things happen, but they bring you closer as a family. Now, later on Monday, he spoke out about the miscarriage on Instagram, writing in part, "The little soul that we had expected to welcome into our family took a shortcut to whatever lies beyond." Kimberly also posted an update on her Instagram story saying the baby was a boy and she almost lost her life when she miscarried. Van Der Beek admitted on Dancing with the Stars that it was Kimberly who pushed him to continue in that competition even after the devastating news. And Slater revealed that Van Der Beek's strength is his wife, explaining she's, quote, the most inspirational, high-spirited person I know. The couple have been through miscarriages before, as Van Der Beek explained on Instagram back in October when he went public with his wife's pregnancy. At that time, he talked about how there needs to be zero shame around miscarriages and encouraged families experiencing them to give themselves the time and the space to grieve. We wish them all the best. And we move on to this. Chrissy Teigen sticking up for People's Sexiest Man Alive 2019, a.k.a. her husband, John Legend. While appearing on the Kelly Clarkson show on Tuesday, Chrissy discussed John's recent remake of the Christmas classic song, Baby It's Cold Outside, which happens to be a duet with Kelly Clarkson herself. Now, John and Kelly updated the lyrics, replacing some of the controversial sexist lines so that the song would be more appropriate for 2019. But they received some intense backlash for their reimagined version of the song, Kelly telling Chrissy that people are even claiming they ruined Christmas. Well, Chrissy joked back. Watch this.
You guys killed Christmas.
I mean, I literally woke up the next day and I was like,
If I can't have my creepy song, it's not Christmas.
I want the date rape drink.
I want date rapey songs.
So following the song's debut, Sharon Osbourne slammed John and Kelly for remaking the song, saying that no one should be able to re-record a song just because they find something offensive about it. She told the Talk audience in part, quote, "What would John Legend do if in 40 years somebody wanted to re-record one of his songs and there was some group that found it offensive and somebody just went, oh, I can change the lyrics on that." She added, "It's to me like a master painting. It's still an art form. It's a piece of art." Well, Kelly addressed Sharon's comments on her show with Chrissy, saying this, quote, "Honestly, the original doesn't even offend me. I was just like, cool, we'll do another version." Chrissy echoed Kelly by adding, "I'm not offendable. I hear it all. I wasn't mad about the song. I don't care what you guys do, but to be like, oh, I hate this now." Chrissy then added, "Get over it. Go off, Sharon." Chrissy Teigen's always going to say what she thinks about anything. And look, I'm happy to have another Christmas version of a song.
Didn't ruin Christmas.
Didn't ruin, that ruined Christmas.
Dramatic.
All right, 1 month after surviving a terrifying car accident, Helen Hunt isn't taking a single day for granted. Hunt's currently celebrating the launch of her Mad About You reboot series, and she's also celebrating the fact that she was able to finish production on the TV show and continue work with her pal and co-star Paul Reiser. Hunt told Entertainment Tonight, quote, "It was scary," adding, "I'm grateful to be here with my friend." Hunt was briefly hospitalized on October 16th after her black SUV was T-boned while attempting to drive through an intersection. The car then rolled over on its side from the impact of that collision. The actress was a passenger riding in the backseat of the car, that's according to TMZ. And after being brought to the hospital and examined by doctors, the actress was released later that evening. 1 week later, Hunt returned to the Mad About You set, letting fans know that she'd recovered by sharing a smiling Instagram selfie alongside Reiser with the caption, "Back at work." The longtime friends never let their relationship fade after the famous sitcom wrapped up, often scheduling lunch dates to keep in touch. Hunt previously told People, quote, "We had lunch every few months. I'd hear about what he was working on or how his kids were and vice versa." Reiser added, quote, "It was like being with your best friend. We would hit the ground running. And I'll tell you something people might not know about Helen Hunt. She likes Chinese chicken salad without the chicken." Admitting that they're not unlike an old married couple, Reiser said the two even share code words that they've cultivated over the years as means of communication with each other. Hunt added, "Working with Paul is the most fun." The Spectrum Originals revival of Mad About You premieres on November 20th. I'm looking forward to that. I remember it being a big deal. I was kind of not into it as a kid, but I know that my parents were into it, and I know it was a huge, huge show, so I'm anxious to see what they're up to with this.
Yeah.
Or you've got more for us in Star Trek.
I do. We are kicking off Star Treks today with Kanye's latest project. If one Jesus is King album wasn't enough, there's another on the way. Kanye West teased a sequel to his Jesus is King album on Monday, 3 weeks after the album's release. The rapper revealed the news on Twitter in a tweet accompanied by a photo of him and Dr. Dre that reads, "Ye and Dre, Jesus is King Part 2 coming soon." Dr. Dre shared the same photo and caption to his Instagram the same day, "This is happening." According to Kanye's Twitter, some fans are seemingly very excited about the project. One user responded to the tweet, writing, "Instant classic." This user shared a GIF saying, "I can hear it already." Just bopping along. Seems like they're ready to enjoy this. Another user responded with a couple of heart eye emojis, writing, "Is it possible that we're getting 2 Ye albums in less than a year?" Well, according to the comments, a lot of users are doubtful about whether the album is actually coming soon.
I love these.
Following Kanye's history of pushing his album release dates. So they're really fun. One Twitter user responding, saying, "Never in the history of albums that are never coming out has there ever been an album never coming out more than this album." We'll have to wait and see. I think it's coming. Maybe not soon. We'll see. But Kanye has been keeping very busy these days. On Sunday, the rapper announced that he plans to premiere his first opera, Nebuchadnezzar, a Kanye West opera, which he plans to premiere in 1 week on November 24th. Kanye tweeted an image of the invitation to the opera, which is titled after a king of Babylon mentioned in the book of Daniel. The invitation says the opera will be directed by performance artist Vanessa Beecroft, feature music with Sunday Service, Peter Collins, and Infinity Song, and take place at the Hollywood Bowl in Los Angeles. The news comes after Kanye stopped by Pastor Joel Osteen's Lakewood Church in Houston, Texas, where he spoke about his spiritual journey and referred to himself as the greatest artist that God has ever created. Very humble. There you go. All right, moving on to this. Katy Perry and Orlando Bloom are okay. Katy posted a sweet snapshot of her FaceTiming her fiance on Instagram. In the screenshot, they're each holding an adorable dog, smiling at one another during their call. Are those puppies related? That's what I want to know. I need to get the story behind that. She captioned the pic with this, "Together, our initials are okay, and that's what it's going to be." She topped her message off with a red heart emoji. Katy and Orlando have been dating on and off since 2016. They got engaged on Valentine's Day earlier this year. At the time, Katy posted a post-proposal pic on Instagram featuring a close-up image of the couple surrounded by lots of heart-shaped balloons, looking very happy there. Katy showed off her unique flower-shaped diamond ring in the photo, which features a colorful center jewel. She captioned the engagement announcement with the words, "Full bloom." Pretty clever use of her husband-to-be's name.
I'm still a fan of that ring.
It's gorgeous, right?
Yeah.
Very unique. In June, a source close to Orlando revealed the couple were planning on tying the knot by the end of this year, saying at the time, quote, "They're using a planner to finalize all the wedding details. Katy seems in charge, but Orlando is involved with the planning too." Adding, "They don't seem stressed about it though. It will be a fun celebration with family and friends." Very happy for them. All right, this is what dreams are made of. Hilary Duff shared another behind-the-scenes look at the upcoming Lizzie McGuire reboot on Disney+. In the Instagram photo posted on Monday night, Hilary is seen in a camera monitor dressed in a 90s-inspired white t-shirt with a rainbow Lisa Frank logo. We all remember Lisa Frank, right? It's a staple. She's also rocking those signature Lizzie McGuire bangs. Hilary captioned the picture, "Somebody wake me." Hilary gave fans a peek at another Lizzie outfit on her Instagram story. In a few video clips, Hilary is wearing a lime green shirt and an L initial necklace. Looking good. The actress opened up about the new version of Lizzie in an interview with E! News earlier this month, saying Lizzie is, quote, "a little less frantic and a little more confident." She has some years of life under her belt. There's that relatability that I think everyone loves in her. And we caught up with Hilary at the D23 Expo back in August. She shared how she feels about getting back into the character, even though she and Lizzie are currently experiencing different things in their lives.
When I was 13 shooting the show, it was such a big part of me, and I really just brought to the table myself. And so I just have to tap into that and be really authentic. Our lives are very different. She's not a mother, I'm already a mother. But I think that's, what's exciting is to step into someone else's world who's a little bit different than, which is looks a little different than yours. But I can't wait. I can't wait for her adventures. I can't wait for her heartbreak and to see her goals and to see what she's done. I think there's a lot of questions that need answering and a lot of new things on the horizon for her.
Yeah, we can't wait either. I'm excited for this. The original Lizzie McGuire series was on air from 2001 to 2004, with the Lizzie McGuire movie premiering in 2003. The new series will revolve around Lizzie as a 30-year-old millennial navigating life in New York City. And those are your Star Tracks for today.
All right, stay with us. Love it when she stops by. Ashley Williams will be here live. She's got a brand new Hallmark movie. It's about to get all of us in the holiday spirit. Plus, Wilmer Valderrama. He's teasing what is to come this season on NCIS and whether we'll ever see more that 70s show. Stick around and see what he says.
All right, Meghan Markle is fighting back against several tabloid rumors concerning her baby shower, which took place in New York City.
Some of the other rumors being addressed are her relationship with her father, her newly renovated home in Windsor, according to new court documents filed by her legal team.
Yeah, the legal papers detail the finer points in Meghan's suit against the publisher Associated Newspapers, which accuses the Mail on Sunday and its parent company of printing untrue stories in an attempt to portray her negatively.
Associated Newspapers owns Daily Mail and the Mail on Sunday. And Meghan and Prince Harry have invested a lot of time, love, and money, of course, renovating Frogmore Cottage into this beautiful family home. And while this includes landscape gardens, a green energy center, and a custom kitchen, legal papers submitted to the High Court in London show the home does not include a reported $6,500 copper bathtub, $650,000 of aircraft soundproofing, and other extravagant features that were printed.
Yeah, Frogmore Cottage also doesn't have a guest wing for Meghan's mother, Doria Ragland. In addition to debunking the Mail's claims about Frogmore, the legal action also centers around the newspaper's decision to print extracts from a private letter written by the Duchess of Sussex to her dad, Thomas Markle.
The legal documents also claim the letter was printed without Meghan's consent and were carefully edited to paint a deliberately inaccurate picture of her relationship with her father.
Yeah, the court papers state, quote, the omitted or suppressed parts of the letter amount to almost half of the actual contents. The omitted parts demonstrate the claimant's care for her father and others, as well as her concern about the UK tabloid media exploiting her father.
The legal draft goes on to refute claims that Meghan didn't inquire about her father's health or attempt to help him medically or financially. Instead, it states that she, quote, has a long history of looking after her father's welfare and trying to find solutions to any health problems.
Turning to claims that Meghan didn't include her mom at her April baby shower in New York, the legal papers describe the suggestion as untrue and offensive to the Duchess.
The court papers also say this, quote, the baby shower, which actually costs a tiny fraction of the $300,000 falsely stated in the article, was organized and hosted by one of her best friends from university. The 15 guests who attended the shower were close friends and included long-term friendships, some of which had existed for over 20 years. That was the statement.
Yeah, and the document states the claimant's mother was of course invited, and the claimant also offered to buy her airline tickets. However, her mother was unable to attend due to work commitments.
It adds that it was also, quote, untrue and offensive to suggest that the guests, which included Amal Clooney and Gayle King, were entirely drawn from a relatively new circle of celebrity friends.
Yeah, in response to the new legal documents, the Mail on Sunday repeated its intention to defend the case with vigor. A spokesperson told the BBC, quote, there's nothing in this document which changes that position.
Prince Harry, who accompanied Archie and Meghan at a playgroup session in Windsor for the first time this week, is also pursuing legal cases against News UK, that's the owner of The Sun, and MGN, it's a former owner of The Mirror, and it's all at the High Court regarding alleged illegal interception of voicemail messages. All right, can't wait to sing that the rest of the day. It's stuck in my head. Celine Dion's My Heart Will Go On. Best known from Titanic, of course. It almost didn't happen. On Monday's episode of Watch What Happens Live, Celine revealed she initially wasn't even a fan of the song and that it took a little bit of coaxing to actually get her on board. Watch.
It didn't appeal to me. It didn't appeal to me. I was probably very tired that day.
Wow.
Very tired.
Thank God they didn't
And my husband said, let's hold on.
Yes.
He talked to the writer and he says, let's try to make a little demo. And I sang the song once, and they built the orchestra around it. I never re-sang it.
Isn't that crazy?
That is why one time
They
didn't even really
used
care.
the demo.
Yeah.
No big deal. She later joked that she's now sang the song about 3 gazillion times, I imagine. The late James Horner famously composed My Heart Will Go On in secret after Titanic director James Cameron was initially hesitant about the idea of including a pop tune in the movie. Finding a voice for the song was a no-brainer for James Horner. He once told Billboard, "For me, the only person that could do it was Celine."
Celine celebrated the song's 20th anniversary in May of 2017 when she took the stage in a stunning white gown and sang the ballad at the 2017 Billboard Music Awards. The performance was particularly poignant. Celine lost her husband, Renee Angelil, to a years-long battle with throat cancer the year before in January of 2016.
In a statement prior to the ceremony, Celine said, "This song means a lot to me, and it has played such a huge role in my career. I'm so grateful to the late James Horner and to Will Jennings for writing it and creating the opportunity for me to be part of Titanic, an amazing film whose legacy will continue for generations to come."
What was I supposed to say? I mean, it's a noble job, and he's a noble man for doing it.
But he's bad boyfriend material, geographically speaking.
I don't want a boyfriend.
Then it's not a problem that Ben's leaving.
Exactly. This is a good thing. Ben and I figured out how to be friends, and we're never going to be anything else. And it doesn't mean that we can't have a good time with Lily.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. All I know is I want to throw the best holiday party this inn has ever seen. I also know that, speaking of boyfriend material, this guy right here might be my perfect match. Look at this. Crusty on the outside, super sweet on the inside.
Yeah, we can get down with a nice piece of pie, right? Hallmark is bringing the Christmas spirit and the love this season. Here to fill us in on everything we need to know about the new film Holiday Hearts is the amazing Ashley Williams.
The amazing.
Yeah, nice to see you.
By the way, you're a Christmas movie expert at this point, and I love even watching that scene. You got the fire in the back, got the tree, got the whole thing. What do we need to kind of perfectly watch a good Hallmark Christmas movie this season?
Yeah.
Blankies, we got to get cozy. What's the deal?
I mean, everybody's a little different, and I can't make those choices for you.
Okay, right.
I want to respect your process, but for me, it's all about the sweet and salty mixture. Maybe like a sweet cocoa with a salty popcorn. Maybe like a little wine with like a, you know.
How do you feel about the eggnog?
Oh, I'm a big fan of it.
Thumbs up, okay.
Big fan.
Yeah.
You know, is it weird that I put a little bourbon in my
No,
not weird
I think
at
that's
right?
how it's served, right?
That's the best way to do it, right? Yeah. So that's my advice.
Yeah, all right.
Put an extra shot of bourbon in your
There we
eggnog
go.
when you view my movie.
Okay.
Paul Campbell plays your love interest. You two have some romantic scenes together, but we hear that not everyone was able to stay awake, right?
It was so hot and steamy, people fell asleep.
But the story, you guys, a lot of people probably would have been offended. For me, this story is everything. Basically, it was 11:30 at night on Friday night. It would have been a long week, and we were doing this close. It was just like this. It was on a couch. We were doing my close-up, right? So the camera's like right here, so close to my face, and Paul Campbell's looking across from me, and I'm like talking to him from the heart, and there's this silent moment, and both of us look at each other, and we realize that there's a guy behind me snoring.
Oh my gosh, like a crew guy or an actor?
It was the first AD, not the first AD. He's normally the guy that's like supposed to be the cheerleader, and he's getting everyone together, and he's literally doing the thing where like his head's back against,
like bobbing.
He was like full on snoring with his mouth open, like full on.
In his defense, everyone has their moment, probably a very long day.
Oh, for sure. And like, you know, my acting, sometimes a little tiring. I get it. I'm not offended. I get it.
Yeah.
So that was but we had this moment where we were like, do we stop? And I was like, nope, we're just gonna barrel through, man. So we just kept going. But
fix the audio and post.
Yeah, exactly.
Talk about your character, Peyton. She's planning on throwing the best Christmas party ever for the families in, right? A lot of work when it comes to decorations. Look at this. Look at the, I'm inspired from a picture.
Exhausting.
You were there. Is there any, maybe now, a decorating strategy or something that you will work in because of this movie?
Ooh, interesting. Well, you know what we do in this movie that I thought was really fun was they taught me how my character builds an upside down snowman.
Okay.
So you roll the snow and you put the head on the ground, the body on top of that, and then the feet and sort of biggest ball on top, and then you take 2 sticks and shove them in and prop up the snowman, and so it's a snowman doing a headstand.
Oh, got it. It's like a gag snowman.
I can't wait to do it with my kids, the first snowfall this year. I'm very excited.
That's fun. I like that.
Yeah. Peyton Lipinski plays Lily, and I hear she kept you motivated on set.
She knew all my lines. She was a taskmaster. This is, they sometimes they just get a little girl who is more of a professional than anybody else on set.
Sure, right.
And that was Peyton.
It's like keeping everybody on point here.
On point, completely. She was a lovely girl. We felt so lucky.
Yep.
Yeah.
And we see a lot of the little girls' holiday traditions in the movie. What were some of your kind of favorite holiday traditions as you were growing up?
Well, we always read the night before Christmas on Christmas Eve.
That's fun.
Yeah, and as the years went on, we had all these inside jokes, like when it says laying a finger aside of his nose, my whole family would go, laying a finger inside of his nose. Like, so stupid, but we just like every year we're like, oh, we gotta do the finger inside the nose joke. It's like now it's like a Williams family tradition. But yeah, we had like very sweet like. Nobody could go into the living room once Santa had come on Christmas morning without the whole family. Like there was the big reveal, so we'd have breakfast and then we'd go in and have the big reveal. And the stockings would come in. Santa would deliver them to our rooms.
Okay.
That I think was a way to kind of keep us in our rooms. Santa's very smart.
Yeah.
It's a way to keep us in our rooms a little bit longer,
That's
so that
a
we
very
didn't
smart
wake
Santa.
up the family.
Wait, I have a question about the way that reveal worked out. Did Santa wrap all the gifts and they showed up that night, or was it like you walked in and there's everything?
Oh, we had certain gifts from Santa Claus that were wrapped in under the tree,
right.
but
The big
they
surprise,
had the special Santa Claus wrapping paper, and that's how you knew.
Got it.
Yeah, and then the rest was like old newspaper and like garbage.
Okay,
just for like the normal presents.
Yeah, you have two little ones. Have you incorporated these traditions with them, or have you left some by the wayside?
Well, we live in New York City. In our apartment is the size of this carpet, so it's going to be hard for us to cordon off an area. Like they come out of their bedrooms and they're in the middle of the living room, which is where Santa came. So I don't think we have quite as much control. Yeah, they like sleep under the tree basically. The apartment's that small. So I don't know if we have as much control as I would like, but it's the thought that counts. And I might try to like shove the stocking at them in the morning and try to get a couple more minutes.
You know what we've literally done, because we're in the same situation, really tiny? Like I'll take the girls out for coffee and we come back and Santa showed up while you were gone.
How did he do that?
How'd he do it? Hot chocolate, and he's like, we just missed them.
He's got the like.
Santa does it.
He's got
Girls
the
are
Google
watching.
Calendar. He knows like what your schedule is, and he's like, oh, I'll slip in. That's perfect. That's so helpful.
Speed dial.
Wow.
All right. We have Brad Paisley in studio. For you guys, you may not know that Brad Paisley is married to Ashley's sister, Kimberly Paisley.
Kimberly Williams Paisley.
Kimberly Williams Paisley. Yeah, Williams, right. Well, we had him record a little message for you. Let's take a little look.
She's in this new Hallmark movie. I get addicted to that at Christmas. I mean, I just leave that channel on. I love just leaving that on. There's just something about it that says Christmas. I'm one of these people that when they do their July thing, I wind up like going, I'm gonna leave that on for a minute. It's not Christmas. It's like Christmas in July.
When your wife and Ashley get together, what's that like? Is it like, do you just take weekend off and leave? Or
I just feel like there's no secret that Ashley doesn't know.
Oh no.
Me.
Okay.
That's her best friend. I mean, people say my husband or my wife is my best friend. No. My wife's sister is her best friend. I'm a close second, maybe.
It's true.
It's good that he knows his role, right?
He's the best.
True.
He's so fun.
He's the best. We love him.
Yeah.
Yeah, my sister and I appreciate him completely.
So you know all of his secrets, apparently. So what is one secret that fans might not know about him?
One time, Brad, I actually don't know if anybody knows the story, but one time, Brad was making hard-boiled eggs, and he put the eggs on the stove, and then he walked away for 8 hours.
Wait, stove on.
The stove on, and my sister walked in, and the pot was just like black, like it was just black smoke coming off of the eggs, and he was just like, "Oh, yeah, I did that."
That is really crazy.
Yeah, he's an extremely creative individual. And I was talking to my sister the other day, and I was like, "What are you gonna make for dinner?" And she's like, "I don't know. What are you making?" And I was like, "I don't know. Let me open my freezer." And she's like, "Oh, I'll open mine." And she opened up her freezer, and there were 3 guitars in her freezer. And she was like, "I can't even get to the food." And I was like, "Why are there guitars in the freezer?" And she was like, "I don't know. It's just Brad. He does things like that." I'm like, why would he put guitars in the freezer? She's like, "I don't know. He does that all the the time.
But the fact that her reaction was just like, I don't know, it shows you the level of things she's used to, right? Just like random stuff all the time. Wow, that's hilarious.
Totally.
I really want to know now why there were guitars in the freezer.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll do a follow-up.
We'll do a follow-up.
We'll figure
You
it out.
should ask, because I actually really don't know.
Yeah, no one knows. All right, since you're somewhat of a Christmas expert here, we want to put your skills to the test with a game we're calling Ho Ho, Who Sang It? Ready?
Oh, no, I'm nervous.
Okay, so we're going to play a clip of a pop Christmas song. You and Jeremy are going to guess the singer, and for bonus points, you can guess the name of the song.
I truly have no clue
Yeah, this
what
might
these
be
are.
difficult.
Are you sure?
No, I really don't. I've not heard any of these.
This is not a plan to make me look dumb.
No.
All right, let's play the first song.
Santa called to make sure I'm prepared.
Is it Gwen Stefani, Meghan Trainor, Kelly Clarkson?
Meghan Trainor.
I'm gonna say Gwen Stefani.
Oh, no.
It is Meghan Trainor.
I didn't look at anything right.
Wow, good job.
Do you know the name of it? No, it's.
I don't even know who Meghan Trainor is.
Wait, hold on, wait. Santa Claus. No, I don't know.
I'll Be Home.
Ah, dang it.
By Meghan Trainor. Okay, let's play the next one. Great job.
Not I'll Be Home for Christmas.
Is this Boyz II Men, NSYNC, or the Jonas
Brothers.
I'm gonna say Jonas Brothers.
It's definitely the Jonas Brothers.
It is the Jonas Brothers.
And the name of that is Joe Bros Christmas.
Like it's Christmas.
Like it's
Christmas.
All right, you're doing so great at this.
Hey,
Okay, let's
I got one.
play the next one.
I'm doing decent.
But I'm beating
She's got one more than me.
Here, I'm beating you. Wait,
Okay.
I missed
Right, can we do it
Play
one more
that
time?
again.
Sorry, I was defending myself.
It's the most beautiful time of the year.
Is that Justin Bieber, Shawn Mendes, or Liam Payne?
Bieber.
Bieber.
That is the Biebs.
And that is most beautiful time of the year.
Mistletoe. the names of the songs are kind of hard. All right.
Yeah, I thought this was gonna be a classic Christmas song. Okay.
Right.
Let's play the next one.
Now I don't know if there'll be snow, but have a cup of
I got this, 100%.
Is it John Legend, Michael Bublé, or Jason Mraz?
Bublé.
Oh.
What is that?
Michael Bublé.
It is Michael Bublé.
Yeah! And that is Coffee for Christmas.
Holly Jolly Christmas.
Close.
You know, we're
All right,
making up
last
names.
one.
Well, these are classic Christmas songs. I thought
All
it was
comes
gonna
down to this. Last
Well,
one.
that was Holly Jolly.
Very seductive.
She's
Is that
so throaty.
Sia, Mariah Carey, or Ariana Grande?
What do you think?
Mariah Carey. Or is it Ariana?
It's Ariana, I feel.
It's Ariana.
Do you want to hear it one more
or
time?
it's
Because I want to hear it one
Mariah
more time.
Okay.
It's not Mariah Carey.
No.
What do we think? It is.
Finally.
It's Ariana.
Yeah, Ariana Grande.
Ariana Grande.
Yeah!
Santa
Don't know how to
baby.
pronounce her name.
Santa, hey. I think we
You
did it.
both
I think
did
that was
really
a team
well.
effort, actually.
Yeah,
We
that
have
was
to be-
great.
By the end, I just started saying your answer.
Okay, right. So I think we worked on
my
that together.
strategy.
Yeah.
Ashley, thank you so much for stopping by.
Thanks for
So much
having
fun.
me.
And everyone, make sure you check out Holiday Hearts when it premieres Saturday, November 23rd at 9 p.m. Eastern on Hallmark Movies and Mysteries. All right, now watch this.
What are you doing here?
He asked me out. If I had known you were gonna be here, I never would have come.
Why are you even with him?
What do you mean? It's cute.
He's my girlfriend's son. He's too young for you. This is sick.
Oh, okay, you're not too young for her.
That is different. I'm irresistible. She couldn't help herself. You should know better.
Please.
Wilmer Valderrama has starred on the CBS mega hit NCIS for 4 seasons now. The show itself is hitting a major milestone later this year, 400 episodes.
Yeah, I spoke to Wilmer and asked him if there's anything he could tease about the landmark episode. Watch.
I know it's big. I can't confirm if there's pregnancies or can't confirm any love triangles. I can't confirm anyone dying.
You don't die.
Do I? I don't know. But I will tell you, they were definitely planning something big.
How long do you think the show could go on?
You know, it's up to the fans. I really believe it's up to the fans. I think that at this point, CBS really can control this runaway hit, right? Like, you can't. It's really up to, I think, the fans. If they keep watching, I think that they'll keep ordering the show. I think it's up to the fans. If they keep showing up and, you know, you guys keep making us the, you know, the #1 show on the planet, it's really crazy to think that you can build so much love and loyalty from such a beautiful audience.
Yeah, and the fans love the relationship drama. There's this will they, won't they vibe with Torres and Bishop.
Yes.
Personally, do you want them to get together? What do you want to happen?
You know, I don't know. What I don't want the show to do is something they've done before. Mm-hmm. That's a fact. I mean, I think that it would be a disservice to continue to repeat a storyline they've seen before. For me, it's a little more fascinating to explore, what happens personally with these characters where they're introduced with a choice. Do they pick their job over their personal life, right? What kind of dynamic does that create for the group and the team?
All right, so fans of the show will know that Mark Harmon's character has Gibbs rules. We wanted to know, what are the top Valderrama rules that Wilmer lives by in real life?
Earlier on my way here, we're talking about words of wisdoms that have changed my life, and I had the privilege of meeting Robin Williams. I asked Robin when I was, 19 years old, and I said, Mr. Williams, any advice you can give a young buck like me? And he said, remember and never forget that your fans will have 2 to 3 minutes of your time for the rest of their life. What 2 to 3 minutes you want them to walk away with? And then he said, remember and never forget that it's supposed to be fun. And I really took that to heart, and I really enjoy what I do, and I get up in the morning really grateful. And then the other rule was that, if you never forget that if you woke up this morning, you're already winning, how back in the day go, right? So there's a lot of things that really have helped me create an aura for myself that is disarming, that makes me feel fearless, that makes me feel like I have it together, and it allows me to know that I can swing as hard as anybody else, and that I have the same shot than anyone to make anything possible.
And Wilmer is also in this year's Sexiest Man Alive issue of People, joining cover star John Legend. Take a look at what he had to say about the honor. You are in People Magazine's Sexiest Man Alive issue. John Legend's on the cover. You're in this all glowed up section with people like John Mayer, Ryan Reynolds. There you are. What's your reaction to that?
I mean, I was
Have you seen it? Have you held it yet?
I haven't held it, but it's so much more powerful when you have it in your hands. My publicist, Jamie, told me about it. She surprised me because nobody had told me, and I rolled into, to the Today Show where they were talking before I got on about the issue. And I was like, oh, that's so cool. Everyone's so sexy, and then she told me, hey, by the way, you have a little spot here. And then they showed it to me on the screen. It's awesome. I think that my mom and my dad are probably gonna really embarrass me and put this on the wall somehow. They always put on the wall the most weirdest things that don't even look like they're supposed to be framed, and they're on the wall. But yeah, it's kind of cool. It's nice. I mean, it's nice to be thought of that way by people.
It's crazy because your co-star, Mark Harmon, was actually People's second Sexiest Man Alive.
That's right.
Did that ever come up on set?
All the time.
Really?
Oh yeah, I bring it up all the time. Yeah.
You bring it up to him.
I absolutely bring it up all the time. I'm like, well, this is coming from the Sexiest Man Alive. And he goes, all right, Will, all right. And then we always take a turn at saying something ridiculous, off topic. We'd be talking about vintage cars, and then I'll segue into but you would know, of course, because you're the Sexiest Man Alive. And we're always just kind of bringing it up. But you've seen his cover,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Wow, he was very sexy. I should not say he was, because this man, it's hard to look at him in the eyes, I will say. Looking at Mark Harmon into his deep ocean eyes, you really feel like you have no floaties. You went in there with no life vest, and you sink into an abyss of blue.
He still got it.
I mean, the guy, look, the show is #1 for a reason.
Yeah, the steely blue eyes of Mark Harmon's. We all remember Wilmer from that 70s show. He starred on that show from 1998 to 2006. And while his role on NCIS has comedic aspects to it, we wanted to know, would he ever want to do a full-fledged comedy again?
I will tell you that I had literally this conversation last year with a few of my co-stars and a few of my first family on 70s. I really miss doing comedy. I miss being just flat out an idiot on television. I really miss coming up with weird ass to do. But yeah, I've been exploring drama for so many years, and I love it so much. But once you have the taste of making people laugh, once a comedian, it's always in you, and it's always wanting to get out. That animal wants to get,
You said on the Today Show that you don't see a reboot happening, because nowadays everyone's rebooting everything. But you said there's a possibility for that 70s show movie.
Right.
Has that been talked about with the cast?
I mean, we've breezed through it. We've talked about it. I think a reboot right now, look, what we did at that time, at the age we were, was so ambitious and fearless and daring, and just the audacity of these 6 kids to come in to a format that icons were still alive and doing and breathing as their shows were killing it. I'm talking about Seinfeld. I'm talking about, I mean, everyone was still on the air when we came in, and we were like the punk rock to rock and roll somehow, you know? I mean, back then we were doing something so different. So I feel like to try to recreate that magic, even though we all have the same chemistry together because we love each other so much, I feel like it'd be tough, you know?
Yeah.
We look different, and we don't necessarily feel like we're those kids anymore.
Yeah, would it be set in the 70s? I would imagine it has to be.
I don't know. I mean, I don't think it should be.
Oh, you don't think it should be?
Look, I mean, we don't look like 16-year-old kids anymore, you know? I mean, I'm about to turn 40 the next month in January. I'm gonna turn 40 years old. So to go back and try to play a 17-year-old or 18-year-old, that wouldn't make sense. You know, and maybe it's that 70s movie, but it takes place in, you know, in 90s or something. Like, where are they now? You know, or late 80s or something might be kind of funny too. But I don't know. There's nothing creatively in the works, but we talked about it. We thought it'd be really fun and funny because the tone of the 70s show could lend itself for something very, you know, very forward-thinking.
Yeah, and fans would love it. The cast stays pretty close, right? When's the last time you all got together?
I mean, we try to do a dinner hopefully every year as much as we can, you know. But I will say, proudly can say that everybody on the show is so busy and they're working harder than we've ever worked, you know. I mean, everyone's doing exactly what they want to be doing, and that's a blessing. That's a beautiful thing to be able to look back and see everyone still swinging, you know. So it's tough, you know. It's tough to get together, but we make an effort to definitely be in each other's radars always.
Before you go, your production company has a few things in the works. What are you most excited about when it comes to that?
So my production company has a first look deal with CBS Studios, and the idea was, you know, there's a lot of people making incredible, you know, leaps forward in diversity and trying to figure out how do you create an aura of inclusion that empowers our stories and stories not being told. For us, it's a little different. You know, for me, it's about finding those young filmmakers and producers and actors who have an innovative way and a unique way of looking at life, and can they be disruptive to any traditional format out there. So our job is to find amazing young writers and producers that think outside the traditional. But really, the high level above it is to do things that haven't really been in television, to create a level of inclusion and diversity in our programming that comes from the origin story and empowering the people that were there to help guide the story, as opposed to, we're gonna tell your story, thank you, we're gonna just go ahead and do what we do. You know, I think it's super important nowadays that we not only get it right, but that they can really tell their own story.
I love him so much. For more of Wilmer, make sure to watch him on NCIS tonight and every Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern on CBS.
I just saw you in LA at the Frozen 2 premiere. Your kids were there with you.
Yeah.
Big family events.
Yeah.
What was the takeaway from them after seeing the movie, hearing your voice?
You know, no, my son did turn to me 7, and he said, you know, we're really lucky that, you know, that you get to do this stuff and we get to come here. I was like, well, a moment of appreciation for things.
It could be rare as a dad, right?
A really nice moment. And then they completely made it a disappointing evening because they didn't win the Build-A-Bear that they wanted from the charades after party thing.
Like, sorry, kids, you got to go to the Frozen 2 world premiere. Sorry you didn't get to win the bear.
Jeremy Sisto is the voice of a new character in Frozen 2. He describes the movie as deep and says it wasn't meant to recreate the first one, but don't worry, he promises it still has all the great jokes and great songs.
Yeah, and as we heard, Jeremy brought his 2 kids to the world premiere. I talked to the whole family there at that premiere. I wanted to know, what's his favorite thing about dad life today? Watch this.
I love when I can watch my kids focusing on something, you know what I mean? Getting better at something, you know, and actually kind of reaping the benefits, whether it's my daughter playing basketball or my son playing soccer, or if it's, you know, kind of doing homework things that have caused meltdowns in the past, and like, then she's actually sitting there just doing her work. And, you know, those are the moments where I sit back and I'm like, you know, it's touching, you know, to see them growing as people.
You turn into a person.
Yeah.
Yeah, with skills, actual skills.
I have such a desire to see them as people that can handle themselves, and you just don't see it necessarily. They're kids, so it's like, you're like, are you going to be able to live in society like and do things? I don't know.
I'm really worried. There's a lot of work to do in the next 8 years.
So then you see a moment of transition, of growth, and it's really moving.
You'll also recognize Jeremy Sisto as Special Agent Jubal on FBI, which is heating up Tuesday nights on CBS.
He told me how he loves the authenticity of the show. It turns out he already had some knowledge of just how tough this job can get. His brother is a real-life police officer who's exposed Jeremy to the darker side of the business. Watch this.
I do some drive-alongs with my brother. He's a cop.
Yeah.
That's a tough job, man.
Wow, what's the wildest thing you've seen on a drive-along?
I mean, I've been on a couple. I've seen a man, first one I saw a man die, you know,
Really?
in
Wow.
the hospital. Second one I saw a dude pull some drugs out of his butt and swallow them with the handcuffs on. I was like, this is your every night? And that was like, you know, even the boring stuff was traumatizing.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
He had some wild stories.
Yeah. We recently had Jeremy's FBI co-star Missy Peregrym on the show. She's pregnant, and she told us it's making her physically demanding role a little more challenging.
So he told me his reaction to her exciting news. Watch. How was the news sort of shared with the cast? Was that,
Well, I remember the first week she was like, she saw me with my kids, and I must have been having a bad week with my kids. She's like, so should I have kids? I was like, no, you shouldn't.
Don't do it. But it was.
But no, she's thrilled, and she's gonna be a great mom, and I'm super excited to have a kid around the set. I mean, I brought my kids to set, and I don't know, I'm always surprised. I just like when kids are around. I think they're cool.
Fans may also know Jeremy as Elton from Clueless. Who doesn't love that movie?
And there's no definite answer on if he'll have a cameo in the new drama series Reboot, but we wanted to know if it surprised him that it became such a pop culture sensation.
I don't know about shocked, but what's maybe it has to do partially with the innocence of it. You know, like the John Hughes movies and stuff. I can't play for my kids. They're like a little older, so but this Clueless somehow kind of can span more years than a lot of things. Maybe it has to do with that. I'm not sure, but it's pretty cool. I mean, listen, to be a part of something that translates from one generation to the next, and it's the same with like Law and Order and hopefully FBI. Being on things that can, you know, stay with the culture as the culture changes around you is a rare thing.
Yeah, and you've been really good at nailing, like getting attached to projects that do that. So congrats to you for that. Your daughter Charlie and her friends dress up as part of the cast of Clueless for Halloween.
That's right.
We all loved that. Thought that was great. Was it a surprise to you? Did you know it was going to happen?
No, I didn't. I mean, I guess I knew she had watched it with her friends recently, and I knew that her friends had gotten into it. But I looked very different in the thing, and then she was like, yeah, so my friends, they're gonna dress up as this. I was like, all right, you should go as me.
So good.
And she said, nope. But her friend went as me, and so
that's fun.
Yeah, it definitely makes me feel old, and it's kind of cool. I guess it's kind of cool.
And he was really great. I love talking to him.
Yeah, a lot of fun.
Yeah, all right, guys, coming up tomorrow, we're joined live by Maura Tierney. We're asking her all about that dramatic The Affair finale and her latest role alongside Adam Driver.
Plus, Hollywood legend Kathleen Turner reveals what it was like reuniting with co-star Michael Douglas in Netflix's The Kominsky Method. Thanks for watching. For now, we leave you with one last thing from one retired racer who isn't slowing down anytime soon. Bye.
Bye, guys.
Hi, I'm Danica Patrick, and this is One Last Thing. The last country I visited was Mexico. The last car I drove was my Range Rover. The last song that was stuck in my head was, someone had YMCA on the other day, and I was like, thanks a lot for that. Now everyone's going to have that stuck in their head. So there you go, YMCA.